just joined us, this is Team Fortress TV with Admirable, Hildreth and Ducky. We're here for the ETF2L Season 17, powered by TT Esports Premiership Relegation Playoff. It's Lego, your Premiership 7th place team, against 425, your Division 1 2nd place team. The winner of this best of 3 goes to Prem in Season 18. When was the last time you saw Snakewater being played, Hildreth, you big Highlander nerd?
Well, last time I saw it, I watched the Americans play this map a few days ago. I can't remember, Mix-Up versus Exertus. It was a very interesting game. It's not that long ago. I still remember the map. I remember the rollouts. I know what things are called, where the kitchen is. So you can go make me a sandwich there sometime. If we ever do form our dream land team. But yeah, I've not seen Lego play this map, but since they picked it, it must be very comfortable in it. But the way you mentioned it about the scouts playing, like I did notice that the Kenzie and Sid seem to be doing a lot more, especially on the middles, playing off their teammates, like playing off their Roma, playing off their demo man. So that was probably one of the key factors of the game.
Yeah, they seemed to be able to. There was a clear selection of targets. Like it wasn't just like a couple of scouts trying to take on fights, deathmatch, whatever. But you don't see that same focus fire on the Lego side. Maybe if we had some stat about assists, we could justify that. But I suppose all in all, it was a fairly one-sided game. 425 never really looked like they were never behind. Actually, they were ahead from the get-go. And even whenever Lego were trying to get some momentum, they were quick to wrestle it back from them. On to Snakewater. This is match point. I don't know how you want to say that. Championship round here for Lego. They need to win this map, or else they'll be going back to Div 1, which they won 2 seasons ago to earn their way into the Premiership. But F2 told me in the pre-season, when I was putting together a little bit of a preview, didn't give away much, but I asked him like what his ambitions were for Season 17, and he said, just not to get relegated, smiley face. And I thought he was joking. I thought it was a quiet confidence, but I think that was genuinely his ambition.
Yeah, they seem to be a different team, because I remember we played them a few times, as they were emerging from Div 1, and they seemed like a completely different team. Like we played them on Viaduct, and they used to slaughter us because they were so aggressive the way they played. So I'm surprised to see them struggling, especially after the Team Fortress TV, sorry, the Zowie Cup from Team Fortress TV that we had. I think they had a very good game, and they beat TLR, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that was the tournament that really began the legend of Lego. Everybody wanted to believe that they could do it, but they didn't deliver in the main season. Let's take a look actually at those Gentleman John aggregate stats from the Premiership season. Of course, Gentleman John, writer of the amazing articles on vanillatf2.org, has now put together a sort of stats compilation system, an aggregate, I don't know, statistical analysis thing. We've been using it to try and, well, it was XTV that really inspired us with their cool stats on their recent CEVO cast. So we thought we'll try our hand at this. Gentleman John stepped up to the mark. You can see hopefully on screen just sort of stats about the Lego roster based on all their official games in ETF2L this season. The important thing here, I suppose the numbers themselves don't mean much unless you're comparing them with another team, but if you look at the little rankings based on kills per death, kills, assists per death, and damage per minute, you can see it says like 9th, 12th, blah, blah, blah. But that's a ranking of how good they are on that particular stat compared to everyone else that plays that class in the Prem this season. So you can see Dr. Phil is the 12th best demo on damage per minute. And when you consider there only are 8 teams, like there's a few people who played Demo Man this season. Like there's more than 8 demos, but like I think 12th is probably the lowest. Tech played demo for a game for AWS. Gubbins played for TLR for a game. So you can see how there could be a few extra ones, but Dr. Phil, where's the damage? Obviously, if you're the bottom team in Premiership, your stats are going to be weak, relatively speaking. Then you got Crizzle there. Apparently, he's like the 19th best soldier out of a field of 16, 8 times 2. So generally you can see that these players have been living up to their ranking. Natural 9th best, and he's a pocket, they're expecting him to be, if you were thinking of soldiers, there'd probably be you would imagine there'd be a division in terms of stats where the Roamers would be in the bottom 8 and the pockets would be in the top 8, but no, Natural doesn't even manage to make that cut. I'm just slaying these guys right here, but it looks like we're going live anyway, Hildreth. I want you to take me to the first mid.
You didn't mention F2. You did promise that you would
talk
about
F2 sucks as well.
The legend of TF2 brought down in one sentence by Admirable. You truly are merciless. As I'm going to watch the first middle, and I'm watching Kenzie playing this scout role, see if he can do what he did on the last map, but straight away Def takes out Dr. Phil on middle, and from that they all go aggressive, 425. Kenzie actually helped get a frag on the Roma on top right, so they've taken the middle, and they're probably going to take second free because they're so aggressive. Kenzie's already pushed up in their lobby, pressuring Zen out of the fight. They should be able to capture second behind us, but do we have a pause, Admirable?
Oh, we do have a pause, yeah. I'm taking a look as well at the Twitch chat at the same time. People were slightly confused by the stats. Yes, those stats are based over entire fixtures, so that can include up to, 4 logs if it was 2 golden caps or whatever. But that was just the way that seemed easiest for John. Sorry for any confusion, but we just thought we'd throw that out there anyway, even though we don't have any 425. But in this game right now, 425 continuing with a strong middle there, Hildreth.
Yeah, just off that one kill really. I'm not sure if Dr. Phil did any damage, but they were very quick to run away. Lego, which it's smart play because you can defend your last if it all goes wrong and you get wiped, but at the same time, if you feel your demo man does damage on middle, I still think it's best to go in. But if you just did no damage, then I suppose it's the right call to run away. But yeah, he's not having a good game, Dr. Phil, on the middles. He keeps dying first, and their team keep getting punished by it. Oh, it keeps costing his team.
Yeah, it's like we're calling him out here for not doing enough damage. He goes forward a middle, tries to do some damage, and dies. How do you play Demo Man, Hildreth? It's such a conundrum.
You just spam stickies and stay alive and have good scouts. TF2.
It's that easy.
Yeah, well, have you seen how bad I am? It's really easy, really easy. Well, Snake Water Middle can be frustrating sometimes, but the most important thing is you've got to engage with your team and not try and take fights by yourself generally. Dr. Phil, if you die to a long-range pipe over middle, you should be better than that at Prem level as well, because not many people know, but movement mechanics are very important in TF2 at a high level, even if you're not a medic, like Scout, Soldier, and Demoman, avoiding medium or long-range pipe spam. You shouldn't die to that on middle. If you do, you're a noob.
Yeah, you need that long sight for projectiles. But you said, that you're terrible, Hildreth, and if this had been 4 seasons ago, I would have said, yes, Hildreth, you are terrible, but you definitely came into your own before you hung up your sixes. Sticky Lancer, you're a genuine Premiership demo man, not just a demo man who is playing in the Prem, but a Prem level demo man. You know what I mean? There's a difference, right? Some people get in the Prem, they're not good enough. You were good enough, Hildreth. You take a seat there in the Hall of Greats in my book, along with the other incredible English demo men. I'm going to compare you to Bite. I'm going to compare you to Numlocked. Kadis, Warher, yeah, I see you up there. Maybe you're like their footstool or something, but you're still in the Great Hall.
Somewhere down the ladder. I liked your suggestion about me replacing Numlocked on Epsilon. It was good. It was a dream. It was a dream.
Have you heard much rumors about Epsilon? I know you're maybe detached slightly from the sixes scene, but there are whispers of Epsilon. Well, it's definitely going to happen. It seems Nox is certain that Epsilon will reform, but there's a few key members missing, and one of them is Numlocked. So I've heard Warher, his name mentioned as the new Epsilon demo man. How does that make you feel? That could be you, Hildreth.
Was a very good demo man. He really proved himself with TCM, TSC when they came third, but the game is unpaused, and we're going to see Kenzie suicide probably for Sniper. Will Lego go in and trade Ubers, or will they see if they learn from their mistake on Granary where they went back in and traded Ubers and then lost the round? It looks like they're just going to sit there. Snakewater last is a different kettle official. No, they move it up, but it's a bit late, don't you think? Are they just hiding from the Sniper? I don't know. What do you think of this?
I think Kenzie's going to come in and dome F2 because Lego. Oh, they have moved forward here. Actually, they are F2. It's hasn't even got his medic gun out. He was hiding it there for a second so they couldn't hear the buzzing sound. But where is that sniper? How is he gonna find an angle here? Crizzle's peeking forward here for his team. He's getting the information from the lobby. He sees the sniper still around there. I'm not sure if 425 have figured out where exactly the Lego combo is, but if they knew the F2 was that close to the wall, they could just jump somebody in there from any of these doors and probably be guaranteed a force, unless F2 surfs like a boss. Kenzie gets a headshot there onto Hellberg, who was also sniping, so that gives him 10 seconds here to come in and try and find his shot. But the doors seem to be quite denied. A pause was called, actually. They see it as we
the medic dropped.
pass over 90 seconds.
Yeah, the medic dropped from the server by the look of it, so they actually have full Uber advantage, and they're going to go. No sportsmanship from Lego.
Look at Kenzie here.
Serious business.
Oh, Kenzie had a couple of shots on F2 coming in from that underground passage. He was spotted, but F2 Ubered anyway for fear of the sniper. So even though Dicker disconnected from the game and then came back, it's pretty much an even Uber fight here. Dicker storming into the lead, but not that much lost. 1 point on the map.
Yeah, you can tell stakes are high when they get a bit of a lucky break there. The medic drops from the server and Lego push off at it like, no, we want to win this. Sid's even acknowledging, saying thank you for pushing. Russians no sarcasm, this is a dangerous tool. But yeah, so
they don't
Lego
understand sarcasm, man. It's the domain of the British. Nobody understands it.
Maybe they're doing it wrong. But Lego now holding their 2 rather than holding their last. Gonna wait for 425 to push. Maybe they might be feeling a bit hard done by and their medic drop in. You know, they were pushing last, even got a pick when their medic dropped. And now they're stuck on pushing 2 again. Equal Ubers, so could be feeling a bit hard done by. Maybe it'll affect them mentally. I just want to see them slip so we can get a 3rd map, Admirable.
Well, looks like Lego are in their element right now. They're just standing still, not doing anything. This is the Lego in their zone right now. Just standing, not even peeking at the doorways, just waiting and waiting.
I was wondering why they were called Lego, you know, just standing there, not doing anything. But here we go, 425 looking to get aggressive. Their soldier, did he try and bomb in there, come down? I was watching their pocket, they're going anyway. Yeah. They lost a man and they're going anyway.
Give him the run around here. Look at that, Dicker's going to pop off the Uber, but he's already 2 players down, and one of them is Death, his demo man Zen, with an important 2k there, kills Come Down and Death. And even though that was a pretty horrendous Uber there from Lego, Zen has managed to clutch it and get them back into this fight. Now, Dicker is going to go down late into that push. F2's going to have a massive Uber advantage here, but a soldier comes in from kitchen, bombs onto F2, but does not get the frag. F2 surfs a little bit around that corner and he will survive. Death just spawns. I don't think he's going to go in for anything too heroic here. He's going to try and set up sticky traps on that right hand side. He's got them on the ammo pack. Look at Death with his sticky trap here. He's hoping that F2 comes in from Solrum and at some point steps there, but we'll see what happens, Hildreth.
Yeah, they're going kitchen, so I don't think it's going to happen. It's time to credit Dr. Phil helping with the cleanup of the combo, and then Pipe to defend his medic from that aggressive Roma play onto F2, but they've actually gone into rotated to Sol, but they've cleaned the stickies, so there's no problem there. Hopefully Dr. Phil's now feeling more confident and he's going to start dishing out
on the stickies.
They're pushing in the left side.
F2's dropped onto the sticks! Oh, they're not there right now. Get it just a second before, but even though Natural picked up the med pack that the stickies were hidden in, they still didn't realise they were there. Natural did go down eventually to Sid, but it's turned into a 4-on-4 here after F2 has popped his Uber. Dicker comes in with him, and everybody wearing the red for Lego here have backed out into that lobby. They've got no control of the flank right now. Zen is starting to move over there, but they're all playing quite blobbed up around their medic, and it seems they just want to sit back and wait for 6 players again.
I don't seem very comfortable pushing in these like 3v4s, 4v5 situations. Like they had their 2 soldiers down, and I know the forward spawns would come into play, but some teams would have taken that fight. Admirable, but not Lego, as we've mentioned. It looks like Def wants to save
just I've got one eye on the Twitch chat here. They are debating about competitive TF2. TF2 isn't a game for esports, it's a game for raising money for charity. If you haven't donated to Tip of the Hats, yeah, head over to tipofthehats.org and empty your wallet there. I'm still in full salesman mode, but right now, Come Down is taking a peek into the saw room. He sees a few Lego players, then backs off. It looks like Lego want to rotate onto the grass there, Hildreth.
Yeah, and it looks like this really aggressive bomb from Natural, using this buff to get ground for his team and being supported. But there's that sticky traps you were talking about. This one was on the little gate by that train on the second point. Drops F2, nobody checking for stickies, it appears, for Lego, and that Uber drop could be really bad for Lego's morale right now, as it looks like going to retake middle point. There's a couple of players still hanging around. Going to look for Crizzle to go for the main. Right now, Ducky is staying really far out. Crizzle was actually behind in what the Americans like to call Africa, and he gets cleaned up. So
where's Africa?
It's do you know below the second point, that little tunnel area?
Yeah, Africa, right? I've heard of cheese, but never Africa.
Yeah, cheese is the top left. They call that Africa. We just call it under. So I don't know. But the Americans, they've got this racism thing going. Not going to comment about it. But it looks like 425 going there, trying to push in from the left side. Lots of stickies and spams really holding them up, and they're running the sniper still. Kenzie, see if he can do anything.
Yeah, both medics on the normal medigun, but there's a drop. Dr. Phil with a sticky trap finds Dicker. Sticky's on the edge there, but there's a couple of players into cheese right now. Anak is one of them, and he is trying to chase down a scout here. Zen has already died to Come Down, and Anak wants to notch up another Lego scout. He's trying to kill Helberg, but he's ran off, picked up the kit, and Anak, aka Xiao, does go down. He is ripped. Rest in peace. And now F2 has an advantage here. Dicker hasn't been building, but they're going to go in dry for sure, because the big man advantage in his Helberg shuts death down. There's no stickies, no fear of traps here for F2, who just dropped an Uber not so long ago.
Yeah, Dr. Phil's saying anything you can do, Def, I can do better. And with that medic drop, and Def actually getting caught out there is key, because he's not going to get that forward spawn. They could push in off that Demo Man. Kill Natural actually gets plucked out of the air, but they're still going forward, Lego. They're not fearing the fact that they've lost their pocket. They're trying to contest this point.
No one's shutting that door down.
Yeah, it looks like Dr. Phil did catch Def there in the lobby. I think it was his spam managed to do the job, but
is this a pause?
Yeah, pause. Kenzie's in quite an interesting position.
He's weak.
There's a lot of people hiding for
does he have a shot? Let me find the Kenzie cam. Yeah, he's gonna shoot his own scout right there. I think that hitbox will catch his shot. That still happens, right? I don't know. No, do sniper bullets go through players? I'm the worst caster ever. I don't even know anymore. But he could maybe catch F2 here. F2's sitting dangerously close to a roller as well. He mightn't be on full health. Any sort of shot might slay the medic before he gets charged. 93%. I can't look, Hildreth.
I don't think he's going to get
Yeah,
F2.
I was going to call F2 out for being the bottom ranked medic on the stats, or near the bottom anyway. But it's partly because the only stat that's ranked there is kills and assists per death, and wow, he's a big pussy. He just hangs around with Natural. Natural doesn't do shit because Phil doesn't do any damage. Who can he kill? They're all full health. It's a vicious circle there in Lego. Yeah, call outs. I didn't even want to cast this game, so I'm just going to abuse everyone. How about that? Then I heard Hildreth was available to cast, and it was a massive change in my spirits after that. I'm here, and I'm so happy to be here.
Have you been hitting the whiskey early tonight, Admirable?
The Venom, yeah. There's a big game tomorrow, guys, as well, but we've done a terrible job at promoting it. Almost as bad as ETF2L. They didn't make a news post about the last Premiership playoff. What's up with that?
They're focusing on the Highlander. What else do you expect?
And my vitriol is in full flow now, but hopefully I'll put up a little event on teamfortress.tv telling you that the semi-finals, the penultimate game of the Premiership season, is going to happen tomorrow. It's going to be Insomniac versus TLR, the Frenchies, against Heist, Knox and Merlin and some other guys. But that's going to be a pretty sick game. Probably TLR favourites, but I'm still not even sure who's going to cast that one. Could be me, could be Hildreth. Uh, you better comment on the match page or on Twitter or something if you don't want Hildreth to cast. I know I am.
People are calling out for a war and me cast just to hear the most excited cast in Prem, apparently. Would you be
Let me jump
excited
in
to
here.
listen to that?
I would actually. I would love that. It'd be great for, insomnia or something. But Gentleman John pipes up. He's listening to the stream, obviously. And he tells me that F2 has the joint lowest Uber drop ratio with Bull. So F2 doesn't drop often, but we've seen him drop already once this map. You're only as good as your last drop, right? Is that a thing? But these stats are only giving us a glimpse into the complete picture of F2 being a medic god. But this team he's with right now are not helping his case. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, he's not had particularly the best night so far tonight, although I can say F2, maybe we might be LFT medic next season if you want to play with some good players. We were thinking about getting this guy called Admirable, but he just doesn't rack up to you. Legend of TF2, former Epsilon medic. And that drop he had on the second point, nobody really checked for it, and we're getting the pause on pause as the sniper's aiming really close to his head. Admirable. I'm a bit scared for him right now.
Tell me what's happening, because every time I see an unpause, I do a sneaky retry to the server.
Oh, you're trying to fix the HUD preemptively. I like. Smart man you are.
Professional.
Professional, smart. Shame about the looks. We can't have everything. The crosshair is almost exactly on F2's head, but he hasn't scoped in. It's a bit scary to watch. I hope F2 just ducks or hides behind the health pack or something. He's on 93%. It'd be a shame if he dies right now. It'd be really bad for Lego, considering that Ducky will just have to get over and then they can come back in and recap the point. They're still taking their time.
Who's your money on for being the reason for the pause? Was it Dicker again? Did he drop from the server 90 seconds in the future?
It's possible that, or maybe F2 might have just pulled out his internet in rage. Could be anything.
I've just got a message from Dicker just as I say that. I don't think he even heard me saying it, but he said, first time in 2 seasons I have problems with internet exactly this day. Fucking Russian internet. Live soon. And wow, we're live.
Wow, Kenzie pussied out. Didn't take the shot on F2, but then he snipes Zen running up to the doors. And now they're 2 down, but they have lost their demo. So I don't think they want to push back though. 425. It's been a very... Oh, they are pushing out, sorry. Anak is leading his team onto the point. And are they going to contest this? Lego, you have Uber, please contest. Oh, they're giving this up. This passive play again, but...
Lego don't have Uber, man. Your HUD's broken.
My HUD's broken.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Should have retried to the server. Dicker has Uber. F2's only on 50% right now. I didn't see exactly what happened because I was retrying. But right now, I see Anak coming in with the charge. He gets joggled a little bit, but he still has 8 seconds of Uber here. Actually, a few more players coming in. Dicker's going to share it around, but they did manage to get 2 frags for their trouble. And who died? Oh, you know it, Dr. Phil.
Yeah, and I'm currently retrying, taking your advice. I've made the mistake once. Egg on my face once. I'm going to wash it off. Take it away.
I've got this. Uber charge is just popped off for F2 there as they succumb to the pressure of Death's pipes. Natural gets dropped. He did not get the flash of Uber in time, but oh, this is the beautiful moment where Dicker gets dropped from the server. Kenzie asks for a pause from the grave. It hasn't come in just yet. There's still chat about a pause. I think they are going to allow the pause. Yes, we saw it. And the time continuum has been restored here, but F2 gets a bit lucky there, even though he got forced, dropped his pocket. Dicker got disconnected from the server.
DDoS? Second
time. What a coincidence.
Maybe,
F2.
maybe. Second time it's happened with they got onto pushing their last and their medics just dropped and they've lost the point. They must be feeling a bit like it's not going their way, God's against them, something like that. But Death has got the sticky trap in the ammo pack that probably won't pick up anybody. But he's leaving it in there.
It's a sniper as well. Uh-oh, it's Kenzie again. He's been a thorn in the side of Lego. He's popped off a few shots here, but Natural hears the shot ring out, runs forward. F2 did popped the charge though. He thought there was more frags available, or was just too scared of the sniper. He doesn't drop many Ubers, but he just pops them off in pointless positions, gentlemen. John, here comes Dicker with his charge, the counter Uber. They've come forward and they've equalised the frag situation. It's a 4-on-4 here as Lego look for the exit. They've managed to escape. F2 survived. He wasn't building the whole time. He still does have a significant advantage though, but Anak has gone deep into the red cluster there, but didn't get a frag. Had F2 down to 50 health, but nobody followed up. He at least bought his teammates time to cap the point, and those mid points and the forward spawns are a very powerful mechanic in these 5 CP maps.
Certainly are, especially on Snake Wall, but it's going to be a little game of Uber ping pong. 40% advantage for F2. Whether or not they choose to push off of it, it's actually getting smaller and smaller. I don't think they are going to push on it. I think the nerves get into them. It's been a long round, 12 minutes so far. So neither team wants to make the mistake and be the ones to give away this first round.
The natural disconnect, or does he actually have 2 points?
To be honest, I have no idea.
I think he's just got 2 points. You suck, natural. Step it up, buddy.
Considering Dicker's disconnected, he's got 40 points on my HUD. Is that right?
Yeah. Oh, maybe. Is it now? I think maybe in TF2 or some of these plugins now that your points get restored, or maybe I'm just making that up full of shit, but that could be a thing now. But we're back to Lego holding ground without really covering any doors. They're just standing back and hoping that nobody... They're too scared of the sniper. If there's a sniper, go in and Uber. Don't give him the chance to take infinite shots at you. Like, the odds are not good. Eventually he's going to hit one, or somebody's going to die. Now natural, he's listening to me, he hears me, he's going to go in, he's leading the charge here, forces the Uber. There's no one around for the multi though, the Russians just evaporate it there, so it's going to be a straight up Uber trade. Nobody really gains much from this. But now, who is going to take the initiative here? It looks like Anak really wants to force the issue. He's down to 30 health, gets an arrow from Dicker, and will survive on to 27. They try to chase him down, but nobody's paying attention. That's a free frag right there. And if more than one Lego player had ever tried to damage him at a time, that was a pick. I'm frustrated, Hildreth.
Where's the focus fire?
Exactly.
That's what you're saying. Maybe it's the fact that they're common in Danish and they can't understand each other. Maybe they need to get some European people in. Who knows? But they're not following up on each other's damage. But they have managed to push back in.
The sniper of Kenzie hasn't really found any 6 sprees so far on Snakewater, like we saw in Granary, unusually for a sniper on Granary. But he is still rocking that scope, and as I say that, he will body shot Hellberg, who, that's Hellberg from AA, an excellent sniper himself apparently, but he hasn't managed to carry Lego beyond 7th place at the end of the season. Here they are in this relegation battle. If you've just joined us, the loser of this best of 3 will be going down to Division 1, the winner to the Prem, and that's next season. But right now, if Lego will lose this map, they will be the team going down back to Div 1. And there's already 3 players down here. What happened, Hildreth?
F2, I don't know, there was some miscommunication about when to Uber, but they got caught in a really bad position. F2 is stranded, he's left on his own, just like Admirable as a kid. And now they're going to lose middle point. And possibly second as well. Uber advantage for 425. This is their 3rd time going to be pushing their last, perhaps. Will they finally be able to do it? They actually haven't got the point yet, because there's somebody coming in on the medic stand trying to get onto Dicker, and now Natural throws himself in Kenzie. It's 3 kills there, finishing off 2 players and headshotting somebody else. He started to finally hit some shots, and they're pushing into last. Will Dicker drop? That's the key question right now.
Ooh, and Nak is jumping up top and getting focused by sticky after sticky from Phil there. He does go down. And Lego are really focusing this right hand side, but Kenzie gets one more shot off onto Phil. I think F2 maybe missed an arrow onto him. Phil goes down. F2 unable to save him, and Lego just, they don't want to even think about pushing anymore. They're straight back. They're going to stay as far away as possible from the door so as to allow the sniper in. They have a counter sniper actually, Hellberg there on the right. Uber gets popped off. F2 is sort of forward on the point there, runs back. Has to go into spawn here. He's super weak. He's just trying to use the regen and keep healing somebody. He's close to Uber, but not that close. But his team are doing work here. Eventually, Come Down comes in and kills F2, and he's thinking, I should have gone to that resupply cabinet. But now he is dead, and so are his team.
Yeah, long rounds. Just over 16 minutes and and it's 1-0 to the Russians. 13 minutes 45 seconds away from ETF2L Premiership season 18. Yeah, 18. It's been a long time. Yeah, they just need a big middle now, because I've seen games where teams will win a long round and lose immediately on the next middle. I'm watching Crizzle, he goes straight in onto the medic, lots of damage onto the pocket, and the medic, and the Natural's bomb follows up, gets to a 4k, and Zen's going to help with that cleanup. Wow, big middle for Lego. Just all of that off of Crizzle's bomb across the point did so much damage, and the Natural just cleaned everything up with the help of Zen. Huge play in their spawn camping. Look at this confidence. They haven't even capped second though, so could possible overextension if they can get frags here.
Uber's been popped off, and Nigel is trying to find the frag onto Anak. He does get him, and now the Uber phase, they're going to run. They're both in reloading cycles there. Zen is going in. Hildreth sneaks onto the point. He's there. He knows the heavy's weak. If Zen is calling it, he's managed to survive long enough, and they've drawn the attention. Now the combo comes in fully reloaded, and they're going to make that a slam dunk. Gotta give a little bit of credit to Dr. Phil in that middle as well. He was just really focusing on the Demoman battle there, and he did seem to edge it with death and distract him long enough at least for Crizzle to get in clean. And there was like 3 red players there, or 3 weak players on the blue team that just died all together in an instant. That was devastating on this middle. What's going to happen in this one though, Hildreth?
Probably try the same thing, and that they're doing it, but this time the scout is there to deny. Crizzle gets meat shot out the air. Natural though is coming in, actually picks up kill onto Sid and scares the combo, puts them all out of position. They're scattered everywhere on the point. 425, but big frags coming in now for 425. It's a one-on-one. It's Soldier versus Scout. Hellberg's 59 HP versus Come Down 22. Getting that pistol out. Scout's always going to normally win this fight unless he can land a great rocket here. Come Down.
Yeah, Hellberg, oh, he got to go in and get the frag there, but he didn't even need to contest the point if he didn't want to, but he did manage to win that battle of wills there, and his team were coming in. There was a few spawns were close for 425, but they didn't arrive in time to change the outcome of that mid, and the momentum continues for Lego. They have one middle after a prolonged fight, but it's going to be pretty much an equal Uber battle here, so a little bit of a stalemate as both teams try and decide how they want to approach this next engagement. Look at Kenzie, he's far forward there. That could have been a pick if anyone was feeling like getting a little aggressive on the grass area, if Crizzle was there with his scouts. Now you're going to see a rotation here from Lego. They're going to choose to come in from the wide open area of grass, and a very early Uber there from F2, and Dicker's all the way back in lobby. They might even cap the point. No, doesn't look like it. The counter Uber is immediate there from Dicker. They come out and picked up 4 frags. And if you Uber that early, the only call you need to give to your team is this is a bad Uber. You need to get out, not go in and die and give them 4 free frags. 5, 6 frags. Go in and get wiped. We've made a horrible Uber with plenty of time to escape. Please go and die. That's the call I would have made, yes.
Yeah.
What? What's going on?
425 outplaying, outsmarting Lego at this point. I mean, that was like good play.
They didn't outplay them. Lego just lost it themselves. They're just like...
425 did the right things. They focused the players that were capping, that were too far forward. Trapped Lego behind them, and then they kept their combo and Demoman back to deal with the people behind as the rest of the team capped. And now their reward is push on to last heavy century. What kind of gay defense is this? But so far it's sort of half worked, as soldiers are jumping in to try and clean up, but jump onto the point draws everybody back from Lego, and they are going to clean this up. Def picking up 3 kills on the end there, and 2-1, just 10 minutes to go. 425 back in the lead.
Do you remember the good old days of TF2 when people would openly abuse you on a server if you defend it with a sentry or a heavy or a pyro? Now it's just the standard thing. Where's Darn right now? We need some finish rage, but Dr. Phil gonna roll out onto this mid from the lower side. Death comes from Solrum, and both Demomen pretty ineffective with their sticky so far. Zen is the first to take a lot of damage. The Danish scout super weak does go and pick up a kit, but again Anak is going straight for F2. He has him down to 17. F2 is dodging rockets from cooldown here. On the 3rd attempt he does kill him, but nobody was there to protect F2 because they were all dead.
Yeah, the only bit of aggression I saw coming out of Lego onto the medic was that Roma jump, but he elected, instead of trying to kill Dicker Crizzle, he went for damage onto the demo man, and nobody was following it up, so it was kind of pointless. He might as well have just gone for the medic. To be honest, they're a bit disorganised in terms of their focus calls, who's meant to be doing what, who's supporting who on middle. They're a bit all over the place at the moment. And yeah, back to that sixes ladder.
Me and you should mentor Lego. We could be like the coaches for next season. You know, how about it? We'll make a YouTube series. We'll stream it live. Oh, here comes the Uber in from last. They're coming in from Shutter. The roller door here. They've flashed a lot of people. Dicker is very liberal with that use of the Uber charge, and they haven't found many frags. There's a sentry keeping them at bay. A delightful level 2 over there on the near the truck, but that will be enough to send 425 pack, and they're winning 1-0. They don't actually need to push last. This is a winning position for them right here in the European rules.
The hesitancy from Lego, like 2 men up there, and they didn't push straight away. They just wanted to wait for Uber. I mean, I can guess it might be the smart choice, but if they just went straight away, they had an opening to come in. But now they're going to be Ubering in on just a small 25% advantage. But they do get an entry frag on to come down, and they've essentially watched it last. They don't need to worry too much about the back cap, but it's another early Uber, and Dr. Phil's jumped in all by himself. Can he connect? No, and he goes down as well. Doesn't do any damage, really, a bit to death. And they're going to get cleaned up. They will get the point, but they're outnumbered, and this Uber's popped off by 425, and they get a chase. Sid is onto F2 into the lobby. He's got the medic so weak, Natural comes in and defends him. F2 it comes down to about half health there, actually. Did less damage than I thought. Overestimated him.
And Dicker really avoiding Dr. Phil's attempt there. Dicker had a great frag, maybe, or medic, maybe, I suppose I should say, earlier in the season. But right now he's found himself slightly overextended as his team all run away from the red players and left him stranded there. But I just wanted to pay tribute to the Dicker medic movie. I think at the time I said it was like porn for medics, lots of sick surfs and stuff. He's the
there's a
new
back
Maryland.
cap on last. Natural manages to block it. Sid getting on to last. I do apologise for interrupting your medic.
There's a game on, please.
Yeah, nobody really wants to hear about medics. I mean, I played that class for like a week and I was the best and I retired, so what can I say? As they're bleeding players right now, 425, being pushed out of middle, down Uber as well. So Lego have a great chance to push on to second. I want to go quickly. Dr. Phil is beckoning F2 to come forward. Trust me, he says, trust me. Fall backwards into my arms. As they're moving through grass, they're losing the advantage. We'll see if 425 try and force or Uber out to defend this. And in fact, another early Uber.
What the hell's going on, F2? He's just padding his Uber drop stats here. At the slightest whiff of danger.
They got 2 frags, but there's the Uber back into the combo, but they haven't really got anything. They did get Natural and Dr. Phil, so a bit of a clean-up, but they're all sort of separating, they're outnumbered. There's a scout pressure in the medic, and so F2 is in there healing his scouts. He's been watching Byte's stream, obviously, and now it's 2-2, and they're back in the game, 5 minutes left.
I stand corrected. F2 and Natural clearly had a read on the situation. That Uber was just a bait there for Dicker to pop his Uber eventually and give away a whole bunch of free frags. It is interesting though, or it pleases me, because with 5 minutes left on the clock we have a 2-2 game here and the opportunity to take this to a third map if Lego can dig deep and find the minerals, the constitution to win this one. Anak's Condown's gonna jump in very early, but this time the Lego players were aware and he gets shut down, but Dr. Phil goes down to the Anak bomb, who gets cleaned up as well. So even though they lost the demo, they have a man advantage here, and it continues to slip out their fingers as Natural shotguns death down. And now it looks like Dicker might go down. No, whips out the crossbow, puts a bolt between the eyes of Crizzle. And the only man really doing anything here is Sid. He's on middle trying to contest a group of 5 healthy players. He's going to go down. And Lego have some momentum.
Yeah, Dick did a really good job to survive. Oh, he could have got forced there by Zen. Zen chose to go for the Roma and cheese, but none of them were paying attention to him. But that move in itself actually just like stunned 425, so they didn't want to contest the point, which is a bit strange. And now they're on last. and they're going to counter pop much later than Lego. Can they actually trap the medic in? Def chasing them down with stickies. They get Dr. Phil and they get Zen, so 2 down for Lego, and they're in danger of losing their 3rd right now. Hildreth runs in onto Def, actually takes him down, and now he's on the medic. He's all alone, gets that medic down to about 100. Doesn't do that much damage with his pistol. He's going to get caught out and killed.
Ooh. Gets Kenzie, a
Nice.
cheeky one there. Turns around and pops a shot at him. There is Sid finding Crizzle on the low ground there in Africa, as you enlightened me. But Hellberg, given the opportunity to respawn, will off-class to Sniper. Maybe that's his main class. Kenzie sniping as well. And a super defensive position here from Lego. Even though it's an equal Uber fight, they don't even want to stay close at all. They don't want to see what's coming. Like, there's information they could be taking for free here. I don't care if you want to play defensive.
Sid. He's on spy. He might have been heard by the heavy, and yeah, they've seen him. Dr. Phil misses a few pipes, but you know, he's just teasing him. He knows he could hit a pipe whenever he feels like it. At least that's what I tell my mum every time I play the mode. But they're going to push off of that.
Yeah, they're going to lead with Natural here. He does jump in. The Ubers are popped off, and as these Ubers fade, Sid will be back on the field again. But no other frags coming in there. Quite damage done to Anak. He was at sub 50 health, I think, but he is now getting healed up again. And Lego, they never want to continue. They want to do anything silly like keep the pressure on. They're going to let their opponents heal up fully again. They might even wait for an Uber charge here with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock. Look how defensive they are.
Yeah, they got the
what
heavy
a joy
out.
to behold.
A heavy sniper out. I mean, they missed a trick there pushing, because the heavy actually came in towards the end of the Uber and just forced like kills and didn't do anything. And the Uber was actually one of their better ones, because F2 milked it for so long through the doors, but they didn't have the sort of like people in the right position to re-push it, so they just ran away. They could have had the heavy come in for the cleanup, soldier jumping behind, distracting them. The F2 runs to the door and heals him. Alas, not to be. They need to. We need to mentor them. Admirable.
Hellberg is peeking in from the left-hand side. He sees come down, finds the head there on the crouch soldier, and that will be the entry frag. They need it. There's 10 seconds early before he's going to respawn. They just need to go in and trade Ubers, I guess. They're trying to. Oh, look at that! Nice switch. As soon as they force the Uber on the right-hand side, they immediately move over to the left and try and find frags, but they can't put out enough damage on those isolated flank players. Somehow, even with their entire team switching to the left, they didn't manage to pick up the frag. Their full natural go down. They're going to be up in 5 seconds, but this map has changed. So from previous seasons, the spawn is quite far back. It's not so easy to hold on, and I think Lego are probably wise to back off here. Hellberg just domes death though. From nowhere, then picks up an SMG kill onto Anak. So with those 2 frags, Lego can go forward. The 2 scouts from 425 are very far forward. If Lego had been a little bit quicker, they're a bit more expedient, they could have those 2 frags as well, but they have managed to take the point back, and it's going to be back into this push onto last stalemate. 30 seconds left on the clock. Hildreth, can they do it?
Yeah, it looks like they're going to wait for Uber. I mean, I would just be going straight for it, because by the time the Uber fight's over, you've got like 5 seconds to do anything. But here they're going to go from the right side, 20 seconds on the clock. The Uber's already quite bad, they've barely got through the door. Dicker's just going to get his counter Uber. You're going to see them split up for a little bit and come back in. There's a couple of frags though. Dr. Phil and Natural both take 1 apiece on the flank. So then they're going to come in there with 5 seconds. They have to get on the point. They're all going to swarm it, but Def is waiting there and just destroys everybody. And yeah, I think they missed the trick. They missed the trick waiting for Uber. Should have just gone straight for it. Kept the fight going as long as possible.
It is going to be a golden cap, right? They're calling GG's here, but a winner has to be decided. You can't have any draws in these playoff situations, right? Take a look at the logs anyway. Let's see, can I get them up before Hildreth? Has he stepped up his log finding game since the end of the first map? Doesn't look like it.
Refresh. I found it. I'm on the logs. I'm on the logs.
Me too, buddy. What do you see?
I'll order it by damage first. I see Dr. Phil having a good game in terms of damage output, but the Def,
Go on, Phil.
The KD, not quite as good as Def, so I'm not sure what to make about that. I guess he's perhaps more aggressive. Let's have a look at some of the scout statistics. Kenzie was sniping a lot for that game. It's looking really even, to be honest. in most of the areas. I mean, Natural had a very good game on Pocket, but then as did what's his name? Anak, that's it. That's the guy. He played
I've
really
got
well as
a
well.
knack for remembering names.
Got
I scored that one out of the old punchline book.
When is that going to get released for wholesale?
Do you mean my my punchline history of punchline, the French TF2 team, or my witty TF2 one-liners? We've got a couple of books of many irons in the fire, Hildreth. But looking at my favourite stat again, kills and assists per death. Death is up top, 3.0. Kenzie playing a pretty efficient game as well. I heard one team ready up, but everyone else is getting dicked on a little bit. F2 actually died once less than Dicker, but he did get significantly fewer assists, so him and Natural maybe not playing together so much, or he's not hitting them when he's getting the frags. I have a point here. It's somewhere in there. Hildreth, what do you think? Who's going to win this golden cap? Is it too close to call?
It's a bit tricky because one middle you can see Lego destroy the 425 team, and another middle it goes completely the other way. It all depends on. I'd say the Roma bombs in the Demoman initial fight, so I'm going to watch come down.
Wow, could you be more diplomatic?
I could be a lot less diplomatic, but we're going to see come down. He's going to do that jump straight in and takes out F2. Meanwhile, there's lots of scrappy fighting, but they need to get this medic frag, do Lego, and it's 2-on-3 at the moment, and they did get the medic down somewhere in there. It's all craziness on the point, but playing together at the end of the mid 425, grouped up on the point, using their scatterguns and pick people off as they run into them one at a time. So they do win the middle, but no significant uber advantage or disadvantage.
Nike with a 3k there, you see his kill streak lighting up on the shotgun, and they're going to go forward and be able to take control of CP4 without any contest. Hellberg is currently underneath just trying to peek out, and so are Lego. They want to go for this.
Yeah,
and rightly so. Sniper
the medic spawns first. Sorry, Admirable. I was just saying, you take it away, you're the expert.
Never apologise. You need to. This is a battle for the mic. Kenzie's sniping here, but he hasn't actually done much. It's the rest of his team who are delivering here with damage, but the frags have come in favour of Lego. Maybe if Kenzie had been scout, they might have had a little bit more power there, a bit more damage, but it was a complete wipe right there. Lego, well done. They are going to get back into this golden cap round. In Europe, we play a 10-minute limit here. I know in America they play until there's a winner, I think, but this is continuing, Hildreth. I can't keep track of it. What's happening?
It looked like Lego wanted to get middle as well, but Natural, instead of stacking, tried to hold the door by himself, and he got picked off early, and the forward spawns came in quicker for 425, but they do have that Uber, and they want to retake this point. Big aggression coming in. Dr. Phil picks out come down, but Zen goes down, and they're still going to keep fighting. The sniper's caught out, and Crystal tried to get on the medic. Dicker managed to duke him, and look at this cleanup coming in between Pocket and Demo. Caught him in the choke point, and that's Lego down. It's going to praise them for that pushing out of last as well, where they just pushed off a slightly quicker medic respawn. Ballsy play, and then they go and overextend and let me down.
Meat grinder. There's Kenzie watching lobby. If anybody tries to peek here, they might meet a Grim, and Hellberg is going to snipe. And oh, Kenzie finds him with a headshot.
This could be it.
There's an NG here. Grizzle with his level 1 isn't going to do much, I feel, but the Uber actually gets popped off, so this could work. Hellberg will respawn in 10 seconds. The heavy of Zen is soaking up so much damage. Now they need to get bodies on the point. Natural appears in the nick of time. He's pumping out the damage. F2 has managed to survive thus far, hasn't even taken a scratch. And they've held. Grizzle's going to push out, try and find Kenzie. Sid is also weak there on the other side. He might be able to come and save Kenzie if nobody backs up Grizzle in time, but there comes Hellberg and F2 from the lower side. Oh, Sid gets close to F2 but doesn't do much damage. Hellberg cleans him up eventually. Kenzie survived on a 99 health, but a hold and a repush there from Lego. This golden cap has legs.
Yeah, so did a really good job of holding that. As they're pushing into middle, they're not going to stop there. He's still rolling that heavy. F2's holding it, but there's a soldier trying to force him up top, and here he comes, jumping straight into a heavy. He gets denied hard, and they are going to recap middle and have a chance to push second with Uber advantage if they go quickly. But back to that last, like you said, the sentry's not going to do much, but the 425 players wasted so much time on the sentry that by the end of their Uber, they barely got the heavy scratched. So look at this, the Lego running straight into the faces of 425. It's this heavy Uber flashed onto a demo, and they're going to run behind them as 425 go chasing the players that were capping. Dr. Phil gets himself caught out. See what happens with the combo from behind. Do anything with the heavy, or is it too late? Admirable. It's so tense right now.
Oh, this is pretty crazy. Natural whipping out the heavy weapons guy and making it work. We've seen it on Metalworks, I remember, earlier in the season, or in the... maybe it was at the end of Division 1 last season, but anyway, he is very capable as heavy. I just saw a bizarre moment there where, you know, the Ubers had happened in two different places, F2 and Natural going under, and Dr. Phil was with him, but he chose to jump back into the blue Uber and die. Just like, what the fuck are you doing, Phil? But I'm gonna have hysterics here. It was fucking hilarious. But anyway, F2 has a massive Uber advantage, and they could sit here and run the clock down, which you might guess from the position right now, but they should surely know they have an Uber advantage and push off that.
It looks like they're going to do it. It looks like they're going to do it. They're going to hold in Lego fashion, sniper heavy, you know, go recap middle, they say to 425. Because they know it's a hard point to push, even with Uber advantage. Both teams have failed a couple of times. Yeah, Dr. Phil jumping into that Uber, but you know, somebody had to distract their combo. Admirable. Somebody did. Dr. Phil was the man. He volunteered. He said, "You guys look at me. Look at me."
Scouts, trust me. He was unnecessary.
He does actually get a kill on Kenzie trying to come out. That will probably help the push. Look how far back they are. They're like...
Russians are realising right now that Lego are going to play the clock. I did mention there's a 10-minute time limit, and the team that holds middle after the 10 minutes actually wins. That's how we roll in Europe, and looks like Lego want to try and abuse that, but this is a dangerous game because they're running down their own clock as well. If they have a tough engagement here where they get wiped and end up losing middle, they are not going to have the time to come back themselves. They're going to sit here, and both teams are trading sniper shots here, and Ag takes a lot of damage there, finds himself on sub 100 health, but it's Kenzie who gets the headshot here. That's going to open the door, but Phil with the trap! Woohoo! 2k!
Will they push? That's the question. Because it's 4v5 right now, but spawns will come in by the time this slow fat heavy is, you know, louded its way across the point. It would... They've respawned, and they didn't want to push. They're definitely playing the clock. They want something bigger than that to push into last. They don't want to go too soon by the look of it. 3 minutes left on the clock, but 425 have another shot to try and push. They can do this a couple more times, you know, keep dying to sticky traps.
Oh, really early Uber there, and this could be a little bit of a bait, you know. It might just be a bad Uber from Dicker, but they've forced the Ubers, they've taken the Ubers out of the equation here. They're maybe hoping that Lego do something foolish, but in fact, it's Kenzie and Sid that have gone down, and this could encourage Lego to push. The spawns are going to come in time. It might be, you know, some high level meta play here.
Down. No demo man, that's going to be key.
No. Yes, Lego, you can do it. We're going to 3 maps here, baby. As Lego win the golden cap. I'm not sure what was going through Dicker's mind there, but I was hoping it was some sort of, you know, induce a push from Lego type maneuver, but with death going down right at the end there, any chance of cleaning up on a last hold was dashed. But I don't even want to look at the logs here from this golden cap. Maybe you do, Hildreth, but we will be going to a third map. It's already been decided. This isn't loser's pick like it is in the top 4 playoffs. In this relegation playoff, it was map elimination. This was Lego's map. You just saw CP Snakewater, but the decider, being the only map left that wasn't eliminated or picked, is Badlands, and we're going there right now.
Yeah, there's not much to look from that golden cap. Dicker did die 5 times compared to twice for F2, but I'm not sure if that counts overtime kills or end of round kills.
Definitely doesn't, no.
The logs are definitely not worth looking at. Talk about that push out. Big mistake by the scouts to sort of run in there when they know their team has a worse Uber and just run in there thinking that they can kill people. I don't know if they were hoping to find a 1v1, but it's really risky play when you're stuck on your last in the golden cap situation. You got to be more patient, wait for the right opportunities, but both of them just went down by themselves.
Right there, I was trying to give Dicker on 425, benefit of the doubt, because the scouts would have spawned in time to take that fight on last, but death dying right there as Lego came in was what sealed their fate for me. I mean, it could have been like a sort of a cunning play where they were hoping Lego would come in and fail. We've seen them fail at plenty of pushes on last. I mean, both teams only managed to get 2 rounds in 30 minutes. So it might have been like a little bit of a ruse, but I was probably putting way too much of a read into that. It was just Dicker was paranoid about Stickies having lost 2 players in the previous push and came out with some crazy Uber, and things just slipped out of their control right there. What do you think, Hildreth? Am I just a fool?
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, the early Uber was certainly costly. They were better off just suiciding people in, but I guess the clock just got to them, really.
How can you suicide people against a heavy though? You have to pop the Uber to get the Uber if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, that's certainly true, Admirable. I guess the pressure just got to Dicky. He was like, he's frustrated. Nothing's happened for 2 minutes. Like, our team's not doing anything. We're stuck on last. Clock's running out. So he just popped really early to make something happen. But it was probably the worst thing he could have done.
This is